Getting comfortable. It is so amazing. It is so amazing, you guys, that in this time that we can go live from our living rooms. It is pretty amazing. So welcome, 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 welcome. It is Yogini Kala, and as folks join, I'll pause, say hi a little bit. Let me know in the chat, which I think is over to the right, can you hear me okay? Okay, let me give you a thumbs up. Hello. Hi. Is it Ashil? I don't want to butcher your name. Namaste. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So with live, you kind of have to kill a little time while you wait for folks to arrive. I definitely, so welcome. Ashil, if you have a question to start, you could think about it and you could put it in the chat. So I'm so glad to be here. And let me just, I'm actually getting very cozy. I have blankets. I have my blanket. I love that you can do this. I have my blanket, I got pillows, and I still think, can you hear me okay though? Can you give me a yes if sound is okay? Or, and if you suddenly hear birds chirping, I actually have another channel on. Yes. Oh, Ashley. Hi, Ashley. Yeah. My name, actually, my legal name, which I'm going to start using, is Vivine. And whenever I use it, people say, "Oh, hi, Vivian." And I'm like, did I just say Vivian? It's actually Vivine. So it's, yeah, your spelling. Yeah, Ash. Okay, it could be Ashley. Like if the person really looks, but but then I'm like, no, it's Ashley. So yeah, welcome, welcome. So the theme for today, this is basically, I'm doing what I just called office hours. So I had a theme, which is the theme of my program that's going to start very soon. It's called Letting Go to Get in the Flow. So I wanted to come up with a name that was, kind of cool, had a little rhyme to it. So Letting Go to Get in the Flow is the name of sort of the theme of tonight. And those of you who know Percival, as soon as I start, he has brought the little, hold on. It's just crumbly, especially even in the replay. So he loves like anything that has like a slight crunch to it. So I don't know if you could hear the little feet. He's got it. So letting go to get in the flow is really the theme. And the idea is that how can we let go of 2019, as we approach the end of the year. So that's just was the theme if you had questions, and he's brought it back. First of all, I'm sort of live on YouTube, so I can't play fetch now. It's a cat, but he likes to play fetch, so he's apparently confused. So yes, welcome. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. So Ashley, are you a subscriber? Have you seen my channel before? Let me know in the comments. So I'm assuming you can hear me well, that you can see me okay. If you're just joining, let me know if you can hear and see okay. And again, welcome. So let's see, letting go to get in the flow. I wanted to talk a little bit about what I will be doing in the program and be here to answer any questions if anyone had them. It's a 4-week coaching program that I'm doing. And I came up with it specifically to squeeze in as part of my Goddess Group coaching. And it's online. And what it is to allow us to kind of get together, like a high vibe group of women, to get together and to work with me and learn and sort of also support each other. I feel like in a lot of communities, sometimes it's hard to get support. Your family may not be supportive, or friends may be tired of listening to you talk about your breakup. I'm just saying, or not. So you can't always, you don't want to just like burden your friends or whatever, and you're healing. So it's a group for women who are high vibration, meaning they're positive. If you're watching this, welcome. Say who you are. Say where you're from. I'd love to know where you're from. If you're from the US, if you're from Britain, I have some viewers. In fact, I should have noted that just to talk about on this live. So get some coffee, you guys. Get something to drink. I've just got water because I don't want my throat to get dry. And you guys, the minute you go live, like you get a cough or your nose starts to run or you have to sneeze. It's the weirdest thing. So, oh, okay, Ashley, you're from Philly. You know, I've never been to Philadelphia, which is weird. I'm from New York City, though I don't live in New York City now. So welcome. Who just joined us? Share your name, where you're from. You can just put a nickname if you don't have to put like your full legal name. Just put your nickname. Welcome, welcome. So as I was saying to Ashley, the theme is if you have any questions about letting go of any disappointments, and from 2019. And I know that can be like hard to talk about, so I just wanted to create a space for that. Okay, so I'm not going to be juggling or doing anything weird. You know, I don't know if you guys have heard of Mr. Beast. Like he does weird things like, I'm gonna juggle 100 balls in the air from the top of a building or something. Nothing like that's gonna happen. Just letting you know. We're just gonna have some tea. You can have a glass of wine. I like red wine. When I go to the doctor for a checkup and they're like, so, you know, they ask you about your habits and they're like, you know, do you drink? And I'm like, sure. If somebody buys it for me, sure, which is the truth. But I'm like, well, so no, not really. You know, I'm not buying. But if I do have an alcoholic beverage, I like red wine. So Ashley's from Philadelphia. Namaste. Oh, Ashley, thank you. Okay, how have I helped you? You have helped me so much. I really appreciate hearing that. I really, really do. Okay, and who's the lurker? The second person who is not saying who they are. Just you could make up a weird nickname or something, okay, and put it in the chat. The chat, I think on your view, if you're watching live on YouTube, right? On my view, it's off to the right-hand side, so check that. Okay, just check in. Let me know you can hear me, and where are you from? And if you have a question about letting go. So maybe I'll share a story. Let's see, I hadn't planned specifically. What would I want to let go of? Well, there's a lot going on in the world right now, you guys. You know, there's so much tension. I don't blame the media per se, but it certainly heightens it. I think one thing I'd like to let go of is I think I am going to cut down on some media consumption. So that's something I'd like to let go of. I think that I have taken in too much media. Like, so I don't watch television. I watch movies. You know, I'll watch Netflix or go to the movies. I don't tend to watch like regular television very much. And I try to really watch the quality. Share with me, do you guys feel like have you thought about ever if you're taking in too much media? Okay, my viewers at this point, I want to put it back to you. So I don't want to just be talking at you. I really want it to be interactive. And don't be afraid. If you've loved my channel, Yoga Bliss Dance, which by the way, I might change the name. You probably like the name Yoga Bliss Dance. It has yoga in it, which is sort of partly what my channel is about, sort of that Eastern spirituality. And yoga is not a form of exercise. In the West, it's taken as a form of exercise. But anyway, I think what I'm going to let go of is, shutting down low quality media. Okay, so those of you who are watching, what, if anything, do you want to let go of from 2019? Just share with me. It doesn't have to be anything big or serious. I mean, I think mine's pretty big. What I have found, I'll talk a little bit about it. I always say I'm going to thanks, Ashley. That's so cool. Okay, you're going to deactivate your Instagram. Yeah, Instagram is so tricky, isn't it? I actually love this. Thanks for sharing that. I feel that I've had issues with Instagram. I'm not gonna lie and say that I haven't. seeing particular people on Instagram. Usually they're not doing exactly what I am. So that's like, why am I even bothered? But I'll go there. I see some yoga people on Instagram who are doing like hatha yoga, who are doing the asanas, you guys. And it's just like gymnastic. They're like really, really thin and they're doing like acrobatic yoga. And I'm a yoga teacher for those of you who don't know. And so I started to get like a little bit, it was starting to bother me. These constant images of like these intense back bends, and the foot is touching the head. And it felt like it was like showing off, you know? Can you relate to that? Let me know in the comments. It just felt like showing off. It didn't feel yogic. It didn't even feel like it was so much exercise because, come on, most people are not going to like take their foot and put it on their head. Okay. Even at my best, I'm trying to remember. I don't think that I think there was one pose I could probably touch my foot to my head. Okay. But so yeah, I hear you about Instagram. I think actually I'll share that I think if it starts to make you feel bad about yourself or your life, then I would just actually unfollow them. I wouldn't necessarily block Instagram itself, but I would unfollow those people. And I have. Um, Lovely woman. I was following her. I like what she does, but it was so show offy, so acrobatic. I didn't get any value, and you have to tune into yourself. It started to really, it just started to make me feel bad. And of course, we can talk about that spiritually in terms of their outside things and, not letting things make you feel upset. But on the other hand, there's a spiritual truth that, and I do want to talk about this a little, what you consume, you guys. Hey, namaste. Welcome. Welcome if you're just joining us live. We are talking about what we'll let go of in 2019. I shared that I want to cut down on my media consumption, and Ashley shared that she has thought about turning off Instagram. So I was just talking about that. If it starts to make you feel bad about your life, if it starts to make you feel your life isn't exciting, it's not as pretty, you're not traveling to Belize and Bali and God knows where else, and doing yoga on the beach, your bare feet in the photo with like a pina colada and the beautiful blue ocean. If it starts to just make you feel bad, it's just not worth it. Okay, so I'm going to check out some of the comments. Yup, you're noticing how it changes your mood by what you see. So true. There's actually a yogic truth about that. It's like an ancient teaching in the yogic tradition that what you take in, not just what you see, literally what they say is what you take in, you have to digest. Okay, so I know that sounds weird. Not just what you eat, but what you see. And Ralph Smart was talking about this. He's so funny. Lately, I've been mentioning him because he is very cool. And he's very, very inspirational. I don't tend to talk as much as inspirationally, but a lot of what he says, he's getting it from some of the same sources that I was like trained in and studied. So things you see, if you see a horror movie, I'll just cut to the chase. If you watch a horror movie, you guys, which I recently did, upset me so much, you guys. Really disturbed me, really disturbed my peace. I don't even know that I want to mention a horror movie. But so what you take in, whether through your eyes, whether through your ears, so music, movies, books, anything that you take in through any of your senses, you have to then literally break down. What I mean by break down is you have to digest it, you have to understand it, you have to assimilate it. So say you watch a really violent, say, horror film. That does affect you on some level. It absolutely does affect you. Okay? So start to be careful of that. Start to be careful of what you are ingesting into your, precious body, mind, spirit, because it does affect you. And I'm loving that people are starting to see it with social media. And I think the only reason we're seeing it is because it's so extreme. It's so extreme. Our mood starts to shift and we're like, why am I feeling like this, right? You didn't feel like that before you went to Instagram, right? So let's see. I catch myself judging, yeah, which isn't good. Then I judge myself based on others. Oh, totally. I was watching Sunny Lenarduzzi, and she just talks about being on YouTube and like how to get your channel seen on YouTube. So I watch her, and she's really cool. She's a Canadian woman, and she was saying that she feels with Instagram now, people are sick of the perfect. Like you guys, like the shirt I'm wearing is like wrinkly. So it's like linen. I was not going to press it for you, okay? Because I hate ironing, and who irons anymore? I did think about like this is my spray bottle. I've got some essential oils in here, and it's really nice. I thought about like spraying my shirt to get the wrinkles out. I'm just not going to do that. I'm sorry. I love you, but I'm going to appear in a wrinkled shirt. So, yeah, Sunny Lenarduzzi was talking about that people are really kind of sick of the hire a professional photographer. Like everything is fake, right? And then presenting this like perfect picture on Instagram. I admit it is pretty. And if it doesn't bother you, like there's an artist I like to see her channel on Instagram or whatever. I like to see her IG, and she puts up beautiful pictures of flowers, right? It's just beautiful. Her life is also like her house is flawless. It looks very like Martha Stewart. Um, but it doesn't, it doesn't bother my peace. So I would say don't ingest anything that you cannot digest that upsets that your assimilation of that, whether it's something that's violent, um, just politically charged or hate filled, you know, it just there's a lot of that going on. And again, I don't totally blame the media. I mean, they're a business and it's capitalism, and so they want viewers. And certainly nobody's going to report on, a grandmother who took care of her five grandkids. She took care of her five grandkids today. That is the news. She took them to school. She picked them up. You know what I'm saying. The media is about what is shocking, what is upsetting, what will get an emotion out of you. Now, I don't believe that there are people who are like, nothing is real because honestly, they don't want to believe certain things. That's not what I'm saying. I do think there's a lot of negativity going on. But I'm just saying to you, as a pure and evolving soul, hello, if you're just joining us, be careful of what you allow into your aura, into your field, into your energy field, for like a weird esoteric way to say it. Okay, let me just read a comment. Let's see. Right. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. So again, the theme, you guys, and a couple more of you joined. Hey, namaste, guys. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. The theme is letting go of disappointments from 2019. So share if you're, up to it. Share what you would like to let go of from 2019. This season of autumn. So yeah, I want to share a little knowledge here. The season of autumn is a time for letting go, you guys. Literally that season, okay? This, in many, many different cultures, when it starts to get cooler, when the leaves start to fall, our bodies react to what the environment is doing. Western science, because it comes out of a different system, Western science kind of basically believes that everything is sort of dead and inert. There's not like spirit, and then we're just like alive in it, almost like a machine. And no other culture in the world believes that historically, just none. So all of that to say, every culture in the world, whether Africa, South America, is my question to you of what do you want to let go of from 2019 relates to the idea of autumn, and we have to let go. It's a time to shed baggage. So kind of like spring cleaning, but it's different because the idea is we're going into a colder season, right? I know not all of you are, but this is still a cycle. I was just looking if I had an image to hold up. Damn it. Okay, I don't have. I should have thought of that maybe, but the system of the seasons changing. If you want to stay healthy, you want to shift with the season. So this is a season, and what I'll be doing in my course in the Goddess Group Coaching, we're going to really focus on what we want to let go from 2019. I'm going to actually do a ritual and do a meditation. Ritual is kind of not the right word, and I don't know, because it sounds so elaborate. But we're going to look at the year at 2019. I'm going to have the goddesses in the program note down some accomplishments right? And you could share in the comments too. Is there something you're proud of that you accomplished this year? You know, maybe you graduated from community college or you got your bachelor's degree or something. Great. So, okay, some comments are coming in. Let me see. hmm Letting go of all the dates. Oh, I love this. Thank you. Letting go of all the dates. Stephanie wants to let go of the dates that did not work out. Okay, that could take me on a whole other tangent, right? These lies, I'm just going to keep it informal. I'm not going to necessarily stick to a topic. Thank you, Stephanie, for sharing that, right? The dates. Well, you could also be proud of yourself that you went on these dates. I know as a woman with online dating, it can be very, I'm sure it's hard for the guys in some ways, but it can be very hard for women, especially if you're doing online dating. And, you know, you walk into a room and the person isn't, I'm just going to say it, like, you know, in the photo, you know, they look taller and you walk in and you're like, you're not as tall as I thought. Because we weren't really meant to meet people from like a flat screen. So again, like I said, I could go off on a tangent on that. But we were meant, you know, when you meet someone, anyone, whether it's going to be friend, lover, whatever, you get their energy when you meet them in person or even video more, right? But when you just see a still photo, you guys, like Stephanie, I mean, it just makes what she shared. You see a photo of someone. I'm not saying I don't know if she did online dating, you can't tell from a photo because you can't see the person move. You can't hear how they speak. So, Stephanie, yeah, what I would say is be proud of yourself for going out on these dates because that means you had an intention to be in relationship. So you took the steps. You know, think of how many men and women in this country, guys, when they do studies, like loneliness in America is like incredible. It's reaching like epidemic proportions. So, Stephanie, I would say to you, you should be proud of yourself that you went on these dates, even if they were awful. And to be really honest with you, I love telling date stories because just think of all the good stories you have to share with your friends. You do. Like what happened, what didn't happen, what he thought was going to happen. Anyway. Yeah, actually, don't judge yourself. I mean, and then we can sometimes judge ourselves for judging ourselves. Check out. I have a video on forgiveness, like self love. Check my self love playlist. I have a video. It's pretty long. It's pretty advanced. It's like a forgiveness. Yeah, actually, this is especially for you. It's I think it's like self love and forgiveness meditation, and it's really good. It's really good. You basically forgive yourself. You go through this whole process of forgiving yourself and really feeling that I forgive myself, I release, and then you also forgive someone who hurt you. So I would try that. Mm-hmm. Are you out of the marriage, Ashley? Mhm. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Stephanie, I don't know if you saw, but that's really sweet. Ashley says, Stephanie, they weren't for you. Your king is coming. Yeah, you were online dating. Yep. Online dating, again, yeah, share with me. Like, I feel like a photo. I went out on this date once with this guy, and he was like squatting in the photo, right? Like, you can't see my leg, but he was like leaning like this. You can't tell somebody's height. And I know that sounds superficial, but I'm sorry. I think certainly in this day and age, you're allowed to like who you like. And I just, if somebody is like really short, it's just not working for me. So I go to meet him, and I'm like, oh man, he's just very sort of tiny. He's like a tiny guy. That has happened to me more than once, okay? Share in the comments, which is nothing wrong with that. But I mean, because I see some tall women with like shorter guys. That's fine if that works for you, of course. Again, we live, you know, if that works for you, but it doesn't work for me, you know. If I'm like bigger than the guy, because then I feel like it just doesn't work. Anyway, we don't need to do too much information. Yep, yep, online dating. Oh, and the marriage is over. Uh-huh. So you're in a healing phase, Ashley. I would then focus on self-care. Focus a lot on self-care because you know, you had like interconnected. right? With your husband, energetically. So even though you're apart, it's actually said that a woman, goddesses, I don't know, there might be a guy listening, but my channel is aimed at women, that a woman, when she sleeps with a man, there is still this connection with him in her energetic system, especially. And so, um, Ashley, you really may want to focus on self care, self love, and literally do some ritual. Again, you could just take it as psychological, where you sort of say, I'm cleansing myself of this person. I'm starting a new phase of my life. It just sort of refresh yourself. It is like a rebirth. That's what I would say is, after such a long marriage, then do some ritual to signify that you're now a woman onto yourself, that you are starting again. So hope that's helpful. Let me know in the comments. Hey, namaste. Share where you're from if you haven't already. We have one person from Philly, which I've not been to. Okay, I'm getting into shadow work. Oh, hi, Carletta. Welcome. Okay, let me read your comment. I'm getting into shadow work. I am in a relationship and I'm learning that there's so much about myself I have not addressed. Yes. What is the best technique you prefer when doing shadow work? That's a really good question. I feel like shadow work can be done well with like oracle or tarot cards. I say that because, and it's funny, I was actually going to sit down with a bunch of them just here, just randomly, if I ran out of things to talk about with you guys. Or I would say the reason I say that is because the imagery can be very evocative, right? It's not just your like brain thinking because they're pictures. So like find a deck that you like, I would say. Oh, you're in Columbus, Ohio. Hey, namaste. A good friend of mine is in oh God, some small town in Ohio. It's not Columbus because he was commuting there for a job and for another thing going on. He had to go to Columbus. Small town in Ohio, about an hour from Columbus, is a good friend of mine that I used to live in New York City. He's out there now. So I like oracle cards for doing shadow work, or tarot. Find a deck that speaks to you, that you like the imagery. That I would then say take imagery that's a little kind of dreamy, not so like literal, because you want maybe for it to inspire you to like get ideas. Because I mean, the idea of shadow work, as I see the shadow behind me, is it's something it's hard for you to see, right? So Carletta was asking about that. Shadow work is very hard. I don't know, if you'd vibe with her, but and I want to keep putting this out there. I am the type of person. I've always been this way. I am from Jamaica. I've always liked having friends of all different backgrounds. So it's just always been like that. Um, so I came from Jamaica to here. And I would say like I was always like in a Charlie's Angels group or something. Like there would just be like me and two other girls, all different backgrounds, and we'd look like sort of the young Charlie's Angels. We'd be that diverse. So, but pick imagery you like was part of my point. And well, where I was going, there's a woman called oh my God, why am I blocking? Her name is Kelly Ann Maddox. You really may not vibe with her. So that's what I'm saying. I just really get along with a wide range of people. People have told me that. And actually, let's share in the comments. One thing that's weird about me, I will have one friend and I'll have another friend. And these two people do not like each other. They would never be friends, but they're both friends with me. Does that make sense? Share in the comments if you're like that or if you're not. So she is a British woman. She's young, and she's very witchy. But she has a lot of good videos on shadow work. She talks a lot about Jung, the psychologist who, had kind of big impact, I guess, with shadow work. He talked about archetypes that like we have like, the lover, the victim, like we have the martyr, like around the world, there's this archetype of the martyr, like you're suffering, you're yada, yada. So check out Kellyanne Maddox. Like I said, you may not like her. But again, I really like a range of people. I like people genuinely from all different backgrounds. I find them fascinating. What I like about her too is she'll say things like, "Hello, Pop Tarts," or like, "Hello, my little chickens." You know, every time she starts her videos, she has like the weirdest greeting, and she's obviously really, really smart, like really intelligent, and I like that. I like that she's super smart. But so she has a lot on shadow work. Like I said, you may not vibe with her, but check her out. And a good tarot deck and journaling, you know, journaling with some of the visual imagery. Oh, and um, inner child work. I have, if you join my tribe, and of course I can't find, see if I can find the link, I'd love to share it. I have the inner child meditation that someone said just real like brought her to tears. She felt like cleared out, and she did it once. So it's an inner child meditation that I have, you guys. It's part of a longer thing I was doing. So what I did is if you join my tribe and like get on my newsletter, you get a short version, just the meditation, where I basically have you meditate that you're meeting yourself as a little girl, a little boy. The boys are out there, I don't know. And you talk with her, and it's just really beautiful. So let me see if I can pull up the link. Okay, get something to drink while I try to figure out how to, hold on, I have to pull up the document. Goddesses, I have to open up something on my Mac, and let me see if I can find the link. So, Carletta, I think this inner child work is deep. It really, because it's about going back to that part of us that was hurt when we were little, that was either told, okay, here, hang on, you know, we weren't good enough, we weren't pretty enough. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, current video info. Let me see if I can find that. And so get on my list, and you automatically, like when you sign up, I think I send you like one. Okay, so what I'm doing for those of you who just joined, I am checking for, here you go. I'm going to put this in the chat. Hold on. And you will get, and it's automatically sent out, so I don't have to like sit there and send it out. Okay, guys, see this link, EE Pearl. You'll be on my newsletter list, which I do send out once a week. And I share stuff on there that I may not share out on YouTube. And you will get the inner child meditation. So I hope that helps. Oh, hello, the Nubian hippie. Hello. I love, isn't that a great, go check her out. The Nubian hippie. I don't know if she's putting up videos or if it's just like, you know, her way of accessing YouTube. Yes, hello, from Atlanta. Okay. So Atlanta, Ohio, and Philly, and some other people who are not saying where they're from because they're very private. Or just say where you're from. Use a nickname. You don't have to use your full name. When I said that, somebody dropped off. They're like, she's gonna force me to say where I'm from. Let's see. Okay, I definitely need that. I'm really at a point of rediscovering my true self. Okay, great. Yeah, you will like it. Like I said, I think I send like one. I'm like, you've joined my list. And then I think I make you prove you're not a robot. And once you prove you're not a robot, you check the box. The next thing will take you to an audio, Carletta, and it's got the inner child meditation. It's really good. Like I said, there's a longer one here on the channel, but it's part of me talking, and then we do the meditation. So if you just want, anybody just tuning in, if you want to get that inner child meditation, please do join my tribe. So the theme was letting go. I had asked, for those of you who just joining, is there anything you're letting go of? And some goddesses shared several things. The potential to let go of some social media that was just, you know, can make her feel bad. I completely agree with that, because what's the point? Why torture yourself? That's what I said. I'm like, why? So why am I following this girl? Like, you know, that I mentioned earlier. I was like, well, if it's not benefiting me in any way, I'm not learning, I'm not growing. You know, so I stopped following. And who else? Another goddess was sharing that coming out of 15-year marriage, I believe she said 15 years, and sort of how to reclaim herself, because that's what I feel it kind of is, right? And I shared that when a woman is intimate with a man, that energy stays with her. And so you almost need to clear yourself, clear your energy. So hope that is helpful. So goddesses, I do have a program coming up I wanted to share with you. And if anybody had questions about it, it's just 4 meetings like this live, obviously privately. And it's called Letting Go to Get in the Flow. And it's about letting go of 2019. And I will be teaching techniques in more depth than I can here on YouTube. And because it'll be a small group, I can like answer your specific questions in that private context. So I want to show you guys this little book. It's not like a bestseller or anything, but this book is amazing. Let me hold it up. Okay, is it showing reverse for you guys? I don't know. It's called The Woman's Book of Confidence. The Woman's Book of Confidence, Meditations for Strength and Inspiration by Sue Patton. How she says her name? How would you say that last name? Thoele. Okay, so this little book, you guys, I've had this book for like 6 years. I never opened it, which is what a library is, people. You have your own books. You don't have to read them right away, okay? That is the point. You like have books there you can draw on. Queens, this book is so good. There's a chapter, Leaving Shame and Guilt Behind, and they're short. And then it has sort of an affirmation. So I'm going to be using this book as part of it. It's beautiful. This is how I'm probably going to start. It's called Accepting Our Former Selves. You can see how deep that is. So this goes with the idea of shadow work that Carletta was talking about. Okay, and Nubian Hippie, hang on, I will jump back to you. So accepting our former selves. I'll just read you just a little bit. As we journey through life, remember, get something to drink, get a little blanket, get comfortable. As we journey through life, we play many parts. Indeed, we seem to be entirely different people at various ages, of course, right? Some of those old selves may cause us to cringe with embarrassment and regret. Okay, some of those old selves make us embarrassed when you think about like what you did, right? This is really deep, okay? Because most people are dragging around their old self with them. Quickest example that comes to my mind is, say someone was an alcoholic, right? It's like you can kind of feel maybe guilty and like, you know, you're scared you're going to start drinking again. It's this idea that that old self is like haunting you, okay? And that we can't be different. So she writes, so we cringe with embarrassment and regret now, but a commitment to gain confidence and comfort ourselves necessitates moving back through the pages of our history and embracing those selves. So we have to embrace those selves. So accepting our former selves is part of the work we will be doing in my Goddess Group coaching. And so I will be using some of the information and the stories from this book. Check it out, The Woman's Book of Confidence. Just really sweet. The woman was a psychotherapist, and she has a very kind, you can feel it, like a very kind spirit. So if any of you are interested, I would love to have you join me in that program. It'll be just a small group of women, very high vibe, who are also doing the exact same thing. Like the way, I love it, like one goddess here spoke to the other and said, hey, you know, the right man for you is coming. Okay. I like it. She said, your king is coming. That type of support that you can get from a group. So if you're interested, like just, you know, connect with me and I'll tell you more about it. It starts Sunday. We're going to meet for 4 sessions. We're going to skip Thanksgiving. So we're going to meet every Sunday. We're going to skip the Thanksgiving week. And then we meet one more time after Thanksgiving. And we're going to process letting go of 2019 and how to get ready for 2020. Because again, if nothing changes with you, your life is going to change. You know, if you don't change, nothing's going to change. So ask me questions or get in touch. If you could find me at Kala, Kala, at intheflowofmagic.com, and I'll put that in. And then I'm going to just read Nubian Hippies. I love that name, Nubian Hippies question. Kala at intheflowofmagic.com. Or actually, it's on the website, the coaching program It's on my website, which is In the Flow. Let me put the www. In the Flow. And I named it that because we can be in the flow of magic. There have been times in my life, goddesses. Hey, namaste, if you're just joining us. Hi. I see the number just clicked up a little bit. Where I've just been in the flow. What I mean by being in the flow is things just come to you. You're like, oh, I really, man, I want to get a new car. My old car is breaking down. I'm just really sick of this. I need a new car. I want a nice car. I want this many miles. My budget is like $7,000, whatever. And you don't even tell anyone. And all of a sudden, like a coworker at work is like, my brother's getting rid of his car. It's beautiful. It's I don't know. It's an Audi. I don't know. It's something, or it's a station wagon, but it's because you live where it snows and you wanted like 4-wheel drive. And it's like, oh, he's getting rid of his car. Oh, you're, like that flow. We can be in that flow, and it's about our energy. I've been in it. I've also been out of it. So that's why I named my website In the Flow of Magic. I think that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And I believe we've been here many times before. And, we're here to grow. I think that Earth is is a school where we're growing and learning. And some of us are going to just repeat our lessons. That's all I'm going to say. All right, let me read Nubian Hippies. So what she's letting go of, a job that was a major stressor. Oh my God, congratulations. Seriously. Give her a thumbs up, you guys, and some appreciation. A lot of you may not know my story, and it's good to repeat it because new people are always joining a channel. And my story was I walked away from a job as a professor, an art professor. I didn't even want to go for tenure, you guys. I was being bullied. I basically had a breakdown at that job where I was teaching. It was a prestigious job, but it was hell. It was hell. Thanks, me being happy. So tell me what was the stressor? Was it a group of people? I put the idea in my mind that money manifesting should be easy and found another job. Wow. Oh, this is great. So you already found another job. I put the idea in my mind that money manifesting should be easy, and I found another job nearly instantly. Yes, that is beautiful. Okay, I want to read more of what she says. I definitely understand about carrying around the old self. There was a reason I stuck with the job I hated. Absolutely. The same thing for any of you watching out there. I'm not saying just jump out of your jobs. Think about it. But when you stay and you're being abused or a job is causing you stress, what you're saying is that's okay. Now, I know some of you who may watch this later, you're like, well, of course, I need the money. I can't quit the job. That's not what I'm saying. It's you do feel you need the job, but you have to get in your mind like, okay, this is not the right job for me. There is a better job out there. Just like Nubian Hippie was saying, there is a better job for me out there. And what I would say is, what do you want? Start writing down what you want in a job. That's where the magic starts to happen, because we are co-creators. Okay? Society and some, religions want you to feel that you are powerless, and you're not powerless. I believe we are in co-creation. There are forces, there are outside forces, absolutely, but it's like we're riding a river. And if you think you're helpless, then you don't row. You're just like, the boat's just going to go where it's going to go. I don't believe that's the case from what I have seen, what I've studied, but also what I've seen. So she was able to step right into another job. And I'm sure, share Nubian Hippie if that's the case. Did you feel, you said you told yourself money should be easy. Like she basically did affirmations with herself. You have to recondition your mind, because your family, if you're in a job you hate. I was in this job for I guess it was 4 years. And my family kept listening to me complain. But the sense was, this is a good job, you should stay. That was what my family seemed to think of my teaching job. And so because of them, goddesses, I stayed longer than I should have. If I had actually left my teaching job earlier, I would have been stronger. I would not have become deeply depressed because I had energy. I went there. I was so excited, you guys, about this job. I was very psyched up. It had a good salary. I love art. I was like, wow, I'm going to be teaching. So I came there really excited, really vibrant. And when I left there, not the case. So think about what you're saying when you stay in a job. I've literally had people come to me. You guys know that I do massage therapy. I've had people come to me who admitted, how do they put it? Like the job, they know the job is making them sick, but they're almost I'm trying to think of how it played out. Basically, they would not leave, even though they knew the job was making them physically ill. They couldn't bring themselves to leave or even to really look for another job. I mean, I think some people tell there's no work. They tell themselves negative and untrue things, and so they stay. So if a job is draining you, it's time to go. It's time to let it go. But start conditioning your mind first. Start saying, there's a wonderful job out there for me. What do you want? Do you want to work in a small office? Do you want really friendly coworkers? What do you want to be doing? What salary? Don't just go for the salary though. Very important. Don't just go for the money. Go for the environment you want. What type of environment do you want? Do you want friendly coworkers who go out to lunch together sometimes, who may, socialize outside of work? Like what do you want? I love saying that because it makes me think of Scandal, you guys. She's like, what do you want? It's important. If you don't know what you want, your intention isn't clear. And with the healing aspect that I do, intention is what directs you. If you get in your car, I love this analogy. Imagine if you just got in your car, turned your car on, and you just start driving. Somebody calls you. They're like, yeah, so you're in your car. You're like, yeah, I'm driving. They're like, where are you going? I don't know. I just got in the car. No, that does happen. Right? Just get in the car because you just need a break. But imagine a lot of people are living their lives like that. Where do you want to go? If you know you want to end up in Philly, oh, these are the choices, right? These are the roads I could take. I could take this route. It's a little prettier. This route is faster, but it's less scenic. I think I'm going to go this route. I could stop at my friend's house on the way, maybe stay overnight, and then end up in Philly. So you have to know where you're going. You have to know what your intention. So in terms of letting go and what I'll be working with in this in the Goddess Group coaching program, I will be working on first, we're going to let go of baggage, of like shame. If there's a goal you wanted, Goddess, that you didn't achieve or you partially achieved, I wrote that down because a lot of times we partially achieve our goals and we forget to honor ourselves for the fact that we did work on it. Maybe something happened. Maybe you realized you didn't really want the goal, right? Maybe you thought, you know what, I want to, I don't know, I want to move to California or something. And then maybe you go out there and you visit and you realize you don't like California. I don't know. There's a lot of places in California. You probably could find something you like, but so let go of goals that may no longer fit you. Okay, so that's something I'll be working on in the group coaching. And then we'll start sort of getting ready for 2020. And I'll be doing things to strengthen your energy, Goddess. So and again, I haven't totally planned it yet because it depends who enrolls, right? And what their needs are. So I'm flexible, but I will be doing something to strengthen the third chakra energy. The third chakra is around the belly. I'm sorry, I'm not able to read the question right now. And so if you feel like you're carrying sort of any weight, sometimes weight in the belly, believe it or not, and if the digestion isn't great, it can be related to that third chakra. Okay, and the third chakra, what I wanted to say is about power and personal power. And I feel like that's something women are afraid to talk about, to be honest with you. And I say that because I noticed that on my video about the third chakra, here, I'm going to do that, that gets less views than videos about the second chakra, right? The sacral, the reproductive chakra, that gets views, the root chakra. The third chakra, you guys, is really important in terms of getting what you want in the world. If that area is weak, and like I said, one symptom is if you're carrying a lot of weight around the middle, it can be. If you have digestive issues, that can be a sign of a weak third chakra. So one of the things I will be doing is teaching techniques to strengthen that chakra, which is that energy center. So when you're out in the world, people don't push you around. Okay. So that third chakra is really important. It's something that I want to work with the goddesses in this group. Sorry, now it suddenly got dark. Like you just can't see me as well. But okay, let me fiddle with my lights, guys. I'm going to read a question. Let's see. So again, check under my name under Yoga Bliss Dance. You'll see the website, which is has about the coaching program. Do you ever use the clean mantra? No, I haven't. I'm trying to remember if clean is clean wealth. Clean, it's a bija mantra, so it's a root mantra. Meaning, what I mean by that, for those of you who don't know, is it doesn't have a specific meaning. It's not like, for this goddess or that goddess. It's just like a root sound. So yeah, Nubian Hippie, can you share that? Have you used clean? Hi, Tazlima. Hi. You're just joining us. Hey. And Ashley, hey. I have been on for almost an hour, so I probably, because I'm suddenly getting hot. I think I started talking too much. I'm like looking at my lights. I have like 3 lights, you guys. I turned one away, so sorry about that, but I was just getting really hot. Yeah, share about Clean. I have not used Clean. The Bija mantras are very powerful. And so hold on. I don't have it handy. I have another book handy about, hold on. Yeah, share, have you used Clean and what it was for? The Nubian Hippie, check out her channel. Well, I'm like cooling off or trying to here. It was not a hot flash. I just got really hot. This light, it was like about 2 feet from my face. It's like right by the computer, you guys. And then I have another one over there, and then I have one up there. And I was like, I'm just I am a Pitta type. If any of you are into Ayurveda, which is another sort of bit of knowledge I bring in when I'm coaching. I'm going to turn the light back on, even if I'm sweating, because it's just you weren't able to see me that well. That's great. Okay, that's better. What the hell? I'll just call it a glow. This is a great book, Healing Mantras, by Thomas Ashley Farron. Here, I'll hold it up so you can see it. It's a great book for mantras and understanding the background of it. So yeah, Clean is a Bija mantra. So it doesn't have like it's not specific to like a goddess or an energy. It has a specific energy, of course. The thing with mantras, I was talking to a woman who is, seed sound for attraction, right? So typically Clean is used, it can be used mixed into a longer mantra. It is about attraction. Yeah, that sort of jogged my memory. So say if you put it into a Lakshmi mantra for abundance, you could set a Vedic astrology reading. And it's really cool. Oh, yeah. No, you just got the notice? I know YouTube, like I had it that I was going to do live, but I think YouTube doesn't send the notification, send the notification to people. Also, you guys, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell. The bell is supposed to let you know anything that I'm doing on my channel or any channel that you follow. One thing though that's tricky, say you watch on your phone, you have to also let your phone give you notifications. So you tell YouTube, yeah, I want to know when so-and-so's on, but your phone blocks it, you won't get it. And then people, because I'll see a lot of comments, people like blame YouTube. They didn't notify me. But your phone has to allow YouTube notifications, okay? So that's just a little thing. So yes, Kazlima. I don't want to like butcher your name. Do you have anything that you're letting go of? That's what we were talking about. A lot of, some of the goddesses shared some pretty personal stuff. You know, they wrote it in a general enough way. But, coming out of a marriage for 15 years, the Nubian hippie found a new job very quickly, and she spoke about how she manifested that. You can see, I just got a glow when I said, I'm just so happy and proud for you. And I hope you are sharing with others, Nubian hippie. I hope you're teaching and continue to work my root chakra. And wow, how is it working for me? Getting way down into my past. She got cut off. Hold on, people. Hold on. Trying to read this. Okay. Yeah, work on your root chakra. So what happened? How it's working for you. Hold on, hold on. Hi, Angela. Welcome. Namaste. I've been on for an hour, so I'm probably going to get off soon. I was on my first live. Yep, it was a couple of days ago. You continue to work on the root chakra. And wow, how it is working out for me, getting way down into my past. Oh, past? Oh, probably past. You wrote past, P-A-S-S, but do you mean past? I had so much loss in my family for such a young age. Okay, right. Yeah, hey, namaste, Angela. Yeah, oh, from your past. Yes, the root chakra. So yeah, that's a great other topic. Most of us have weak root chakras. If you have had trauma, if you have, again, and we're not blaming our parents were doing the best that they could with what they had. Everybody is flawed, different time. Also, even how you rear children was different. But I believe that most of us, if you're having trouble with earning money, earning a lot, you have trouble with stability in that sort of material sense, then very likely you do have some root chakra issues going on. That's very common. Hey, namaste, if you're just joining. If you are excessively concerned with money, like say you have a great job, but you worry about money all the time, that can show also an imbalance with the root chakra. So yes, there's excess, there's underactive, there's blocked. I do have a lot of meditations on that. Lost your brother, and he was 10 months younger than you. At the age of 6. Wow. Yeah, that is very young. And that must have been a small child you probably were processing. They probably weren't explaining everything to you. And, could you really understand like death at that point? And so there must have been a lot of tension and stress. I could totally see that. Oh, great. Yeah. In general, also, and I always say this, and people probably don't like it, but there are many meditations out there. In fact, I have a video, what type of meditation is right for you. Okay, right now it's at like 95 views or something. The main meditation, you guys, and I make fun, there's like meditation is to quiet your mind. So a lot of what people are calling meditations are more contemplations. The main meditation you want to do is, and I strongly recommend this, is just meditate on your breath or mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness uses the breath usually, and then you also watch your thoughts. So try to do the basic type of meditation because that's the most popular. Meditations are almost like the equivalent of soda. Like the meditation I'm recommending is like pure water or milk or something that is nourishing, like if you're not lactose intolerant. While a lot of the other meditations all over YouTube are almost like soda. They're kind of sweet and sparkly, but they're not necessarily nourishing, if that makes sense. I like metaphors. I hope that doesn't. So you want to do breath awareness meditation because that's going to give you concentration and calm. All the other meditations will be, let's go back to a goddess to mention, shadow breath awareness meditation, where you just follow and that you're going to notice changes your whole life. It's going to give you calm, concentration, clarity. Things start to flow better. So I would recommend mindfulness meditation or breath awareness meditation as the base meditation to practice. So that's it. She says her age. She's 52. I think a woman should never be asked her age. I have told that to several men going back to dating, but we won't go there. So, goddesses, I am probably going to close pretty soon. I don't watch many other meditation videos. Oh, thank you. Yeah, again, also the one that says meditation in nature. I think I confuse people. I mentioned that because someone said to me, and I realized it might confuse them, you don't have to be in nature. I recorded the meditation in nature, and I sort of say, you feel the trees around you, but it's still mindfulness. That particular meditation that I made, it's got a good amount of views. It's got at least over 1,000 views. Actually, I think it's more. It's doing really well. That is a really good type of meditation. Even more than the chakras. The chakras start activating things and stirring things up. Breath meditation is going to make you calm, stable, centered, deal with your life, and just in the flow. So, as I said, that I got chills. That's the main type of meditation. So don't get too confused. Don't get overwhelmed. The chakra meditation is for healing, but it does stir stuff up. Okay, obviously heart chakra, it's going to stir up emotions. So, okay, so I just want you guys to understand that. Hello, somebody's dropping in and dropping out. So Taslima, where are you located? We have goddesses from Philly, Columbus, Ohio. I can't believe I'm remembering this. And while being live and trying to make sense. Columbus, Ohio, Philadelphia, Atlanta. So where are you from? You can just even say a general part of the country. You don't have to give your town, your street address. Do not do that. So let's see. Angela started meditating. Oh, okay. And you were, yeah. The Kundalini is very powerful. I want to make another video about that because it's important to me that what I put out is of quality and gives you, what am I trying to say? There are people out there who'll try to scare you about a lot of this stuff. And the best analogy is if you exercise 5 hours a day, and I said this in my last video because it's important. If you exercise 5 hours a day, do you think that's going to be healthy? Yes or no? Now, is that the exercise, or should you not have been running for 5 hours a day? Because I mentioned a story where a man, when I was at a yoga center doing my training, his son imbalanced himself. He was going to be healthy. The same way, if I sat down and ate a meal with a bowl this big, is it the food's fault? Or is it I ate too much, I took in too much for me? So meditation, ordinary meditation is absolutely safe and fine. The chakra meditation can stir things up. What I mean by that is it can stir up emotions. You may remember things. There are those who would say it even might hold past life memories. Okay, so it's pretty deep. Typically, if you're just doing a small amount, you're not going to get into that. You don't live in an ashram. You're not eating vegan. You're not just breathing in that good ass prana, baby. You have to worry. I recommend strongly that you do have a practice of doing some yoga because that helps strengthen the body. That strengthens the nadis or energy channels in the body. So people who run into trouble if they're doing a lot of stuff with the chakras are people who typically were already wherewithal. So say someone mentioned, the goddess mentioned, she started remembering early childhood stuff. So imagine if you're schizophrenic, I'm just going to go there, and you start doing chakra meditation and you start having memories, but you're schizophrenic and the memories are of you being abused. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you see what I'm saying. So that's what I'm just saying. If for anyone who has even regular meditation, if you're really depressed, suppose meditation is bad, but because when you start just sitting quietly meditating, what do you think you're going to start feeling? You're going to, in that case, work with a teacher, work with me, it is important. If you know you come from an emotionally fragile place, to have support, okay? That is odd. Philly, Atlanta, Iowa, Ohio. I'm dyslexic, so Iowa, Ohio, all blending together. So, hello, hey, namaste, if you're just joining us. Oh my God, okay. Taslima is sharing, hide it. This message is held for review. It's interesting. YouTube, I don't believe it's censoring, but YouTube, because of a lot of hate speech and some pedophilia stuff. You may not know this, but I'm on YouTube. It found that there was pedophilia stuff happening. Okay. It makes me sad. I feel like a lot of the ugliness, and again, give me a thumbs up if you know what I'm saying. A lot of the ugliness is coming out now in the world. Stuff that I'm sure obviously was happening. Some happy in the 50s, everything was perfect, right? That was what was portrayed. So I just want to share with all of you watching, I think that these things have to come up. Even the Me Too, which it apparently upsets some. I think that these things have to come up. Even the Me Too, which it apparently upsets to the mothers and so on, friends who've been raped and sexually abused. It shocked a woman, pedophilia stuff, a lot of just crazy, crazy, and at least some come to I said there's a lot of negative come to, so a lot of us are healers to help that. So yeah, a lot of psychics, even on YouTube, started to talk about it. A lot of the structure, the foundations of the society, Hollywood. Oh no, I wasn't giving you. I didn't understand. It said legging, so I realized it was a typo, and it's been so fun. I really like being alive. Amazing. I'm just so happy that it was the idea. Again, I vote my program because I know it can help. I'm just going to straight off. I'm just going to straight $197. It's 4 cents. Like this, I the can find me Kala at In the Flow of Magic. Need to let go of. Obviously, there've been some wonderful things, I'm sure, and you chat with the other goddess. I think we use Zoom, which is free. You do not I as the moderator pay for Zoom, and you basically homework, pay for Zoom as the moderator, pay for Zoom, and you basically, I give you a single login. We'll have 4 different things, and we'll do processes together to know it's holding you back and to prepare you for getting your goals. You get homework, you get a homework. It's a private route. Sometimes I forget what ads on. So this is the Goddess Group Coaching. It's on my website. It'll imagine be really rich by random time. I, a woman who is a woman who is left teaching, and a video from her. Check out that wonderful video. Her name is Shafao. Very, very sweet, kind person. She was teaching. She was getting burnt out. Teacher. She was not being supported as a teacher. As a teacher, I had the woman in the program who also because she was learning computer stuff, and I heard, and she entered her own business instead of going into computers and just cleaning company. Was she would like, and she with the practice, she was just getting very anxious. She was feeling, and I just also just accomplish your goals. So you have a 2 payment, pay in full, it's $197, and if you pay in 2 parts, it's $225. Go up for a little bit, but probably pull it down. I might end like being live, but it was sort of streaming. They may find it too talking of. I may not. It may be in videos, and I'm actually it's telling me my blog. Uh, the snake that is unknown. Remember, you are your future. And I'm very grateful for those of you who are with me for the whole time. And yes, connection unstable, guys, probably because I've been on for so long. So stay blessed, stay blessed. Bye bye.